She says we're live. And we're live. Hello, hello, hello. Let me just verify that we live so we can get a few people on here. We are here with our legendary review, with our legendary. It's live.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I guess she is. She's live. Well, let's start with introducing ourselves. So I'm Jelinski, one of the amazing people here at the United Black Element, and we are here with our legendary review, our chat with some of the cast, and we're gonna get into who we have. But y'all can see their beautiful faces there in the middle, and so I'm gonna just pass it off to my beautiful brother over here, Devin.
How
You
you
can
doing?
introduce yourself.
I'm Devin. I am also a coordinator over here at United Black Elements. So I'm ready to get this started. Yes.
Who else we got now?
Cute.
Oh, well, I'll go next. Hi, my name is Samuel. I'm also one of the coordinators here at UB. I am the social media and outreach coordinator. So if there's anything that you need, message me.
Message him.
And I'm Lava, one of the coordinators as well. And what's up, everybody?
Hey.
Oh.
Going down.
So before we get into the thick of tonight's conversation, I just want to lay a few little housekeeping things down. First off, if you're here watching with us, go ahead and say hello in the comments. Say hello and then share this video so that all your people can watch with us, because we have two amazing souls with us that y'all about to share some great information. So yeah, go ahead and do that now. Like, share, and if you have any comments, you can also post your comments in the, your questions and comments in the little chat, and we can bring those in too. So a little bit before we get started, a little bit about United Black Element. UB exists to enable young Black same gender loving men ages 18 to 35 now, to fulfill their greatest potential for good. And so our primary missions is bringing the community together to support each other on various issues. One most important being HIV. So we do a lot of HIV awareness, and help access to testing, PrEP, treatment, all those things. So if you need any help with that, certainly we can connect you here in Dallas. And if you aren't in Dallas watching this, we can point you in the direction where you are to get you connected. The most important things, you're getting tested, treated, know your status, all those things. So PrEP, hit us up. Did I leave anything out?
No.
Gotcha.
Great. So let's just go ahead and get started. Legendary Max is out. We have Cali, Dequan, and Xa'Pariis, Ebony in the house. So let's just go ahead and start. Cali, if you just tell the people a little bit about yourself. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
What's going on, guys? It's Cali Dequan. I'm Cali Balmain on the show Legendary. I'm in the House of Balmain. I lived in Dallas for about a good 6 years, 7 years. I moved there when I was like 8. I left when I was 20, 21. Yeah, I left around like 21 and I moved to Los Angeles, and from there, the rest is history. I've been in LA now for about a good, I say, going on 2 years, and I've been out here acting, pursuing my acting and also my music.
Come on, acting and music. We're gonna get to that too with the music. Okay, Xa'Pariis, what you got for the
Hi, everybody. I'm Xa'Pariis Ebony on the show. Also, Xa'Pariis Ebony in Real Ballroom. I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I've been in Dallas for like 2 or 3 years now. Um, outside of working, I just basically teach Vogue and, help in coordinating and making sure that the culture here thrives and, is growing and developing always.
Yes, come on. I wish I had a little button for a round of applause. So let's just give our guest a round of applause. We're gonna be like Wendy without her studio audience. She just gotta. We're gonna clap for ourselves. Yes. Okay. So before we get into the thick discussion, for those of you who don't know, Legendary Max is a new show that HBO debuted yesterday on their new app, HBOMax. And what I love about these new apps and the new way they're doing these things, there's no set time. It just comes out at midnight and you can watch it any time of the day. I don't have to wait to 7 p.m. Like, girl, I'm up at 3 a.m. and I want to watch it. I can do that. So we're going to show a short clip preview of the show just so if you haven't seen it, you just kind of get an idea what it's about. And then we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the reading, the sexiness. Ooh. So let's just check out this beautiful little clip of Miss Thing.
Let the ball begin. The most $8 houses, 9 balls, $100,000 grand prize. Now they must battle until one and the best house wins. Bitch. Sitting, eating, serving, darling. We take it to the floor.
Ball tells the story in many different ways.
Ball taught me how to be me.
You're taking what people hate about you and putting it in their faces. It's empowering.
The ballroom community is for everyone. Ballroom is here.
This is Church's Lonely Paul, Megan, the Stallion. One of you will make history.
Who's the baddest bitch?
I'm looking for the turn up.
While the other one will become history.
Yeah.
You did what needed to be done. You are so shady today. I said what I said.
The goal is to be legendary, honey.
Get ready for a showdown.
Whoa. Walk for us. Yes. Come on, Miss Legendary. That was real cute. So first of all, I just want to hear from, I like to dub Devin our resident culturalist. I don't even know if that's a word, but we're gonna declare the word tonight. So Devin, as our resident pop culturalist,
Yes.
initial thoughts about Legendary. What's the key?
My first question is for Xa'Pariis, and it is: you get a room of bad bitches together. Who's the baddest bitch?
It's me.
Baby, that had killed me. But yes, but Legendary was good. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. Y'all's energy, everything was amazing, and it was good to see, people that are familiar, people that I know, on the screen.
So, Lava, what's your reactions to Legendary?
I still can't believe all of it is happening. Like, y'all probably feel the same way too. Like, it's like it feels like it's like to see, like when Vogue Academy, at least when I was inducted into UB and being a coordinator and seeing like how everything started to now TV, like I am blown away. And I used to sit all of y'all. Like I'm so impressed.
So, Sam, we're going to circle back to you because we want to keep the people in anticipation on what you think about the show. We're going to circle back. So I got a question for Xa'Pariis, Cali, whoever wants to answer first. How did y'all get selected to the show? Did y'all get, chosen? Did the Vogue guys say, we need them? Or did y'all have to audition? What was the process like to, become a cast member? Oh, wait, hold on. I think your mic. Okay, we got you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so how we got onto the show? I used to be a Mizrahi back in Dallas, but when I moved to LA, the house wasn't really resonating with my growth. So I left the house, and in the process of me leaving the house, I became close with Father Balmain. He lives out here in LA. And like after spending a lot of time with Xa'Pariis, I basically loved the family orientation that his house had. So I became a Balmain, like probably 6-7 months within me moving to Los Angeles. After I became a Balmain, like everybody in the house out here was in some kind of like they had some kind of skill. They were either dancers, actors. They were all in the entertainment industry. So once I came around and they got with that, I'm an actor and I do music. I think it was like Xa'Pariis' idea to submit me to the project because they've been HBO Legendary has been in the works for the past 2 years and they had like a specific cast already, but closer towards the air date, they were I guess some things happened to where like certain people couldn't be on the show, and since I was new to the house and we all had like interest and like we all basically were talented, he basically like recommended that I join the show.
Yes. Okay.
So yeah.
Recommendations. I like recommendations, honey. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Good as a check. Okay. Xa'Pariis, what about you?
It was like the same thing. I had got an email from Isla, and she basically was saying that she was looking for I think another player, another two people, but you still had to go like through the audition process, as in like you had to do like a video call, stuff like that, and then you had to wait to see like if you advance stuff like that, you had to go through a background check. So it was like getting a job.
Oh, the girls do a
Yeah.
background check. Okay.
A
Come
thorough
on.
background check, baby. They wanted to know everything.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, Sherry
Well,
pie.
right. HBO was so high level security. Okay.
Period.
So Sam, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts about Legendary?
Okay, so to reiterate what I said earlier, oh my gosh, it's such a good show. Like it's a great show, and the reason why it exceeded my expectations is because first of all, it's brand new. It took a while for RuPaul's Drag Race to become what it is now, but the level that Legendary is on, it's almost like it's been out for a few seasons already. And when they showed that there were designers that were there to do the costumes, there was a choreographer that was there. They had all of these resources from people who work with big names. I was pleasantly surprised to see that they didn't really skip very many expenses to put out a really good show.
Right.
She is well put together. And I was wondering about that because I know a lot of the gripes sometimes in ballroom, when there's judges who aren't of ballroom and they're judging ballroom, like, how is that received? So how has that been for y'all working with the celebrity judges in the show?
I'll take it away. It was actually a new and mind blowing experience. When I first found out who their judges were going to be, I was kind of confused because there was only one judge on the panel who was like basically had the credentials to judge a ballroom competition. So I didn't know how the other judges' opinions were going to be based, specifically because they didn't have like the ballroom experience. But like after, I guess, filming the show and getting into the judges and actually meeting them, they were all specifically there for a reason, like Law for Fashion. Megan, she's an entertainer, so she was judging the entertainment part. Jamila, she's an entertainer, she's an actress, and she was supposed to be the host, but she was there. And Laomi, of course, she's the legendary icon, the blueprint of ballroom. She was also there basically to give her input on how to keep it authentic as well.
Okay, I love it. And I can see her definitely in the show, like giving notes, like, they wasn't synchronized, like, girl. And then I also, so there was a moment where, and Miss Jamila, she wears me out. I just want to chop her from the judges' table. But she had chopped you, and Miss, oh no, it was Megan. Megan had your back though. Megan was like, girl, what? Megan was
Laomi chopped me for face.
Was it Laomi or Jamila?
Yeah, it was Laomi.
Oh, okay. Well, I was over Jamila in that moment, so.
Okay.
But Megan had your back though. She was like, "What? Why he was so beautiful?" I was like, "Yes, Megan, yes. You better go up." So again, if y'all are watching this with us, feel free to post your comments. We're going to be showing them on the screen. If you have questions post them, and most importantly, not only love this, and share it. Share it like 2 times. Share it on your page, and then share it in a group that you're a part of or something. Share it out. Sharing is caring. So, Devin, what else we got from you at the news desk?
Well, I just want to get a little bit into the episodes, and just ask y'all a couple of, personal things. So I know Xa'Pariis, on the first episode, you got into the stuff about, your mother not being accepting and things like that in the very beginning of you coming out. And so Ballroom gave you that family and helped you, become who you are and let you feel comfortable. It gave you a place to feel comfortable. So how I want to know, like, how old were you around that time and then like how did you navigate that, like coming out? So like if you were to speak to someone that's going through that.
Okay, so
The
I
Paris.
was like,
Before you answer that, I would like to just show the clip of the show because we need to bring that emotion
okay,
into this.
yeah, go
Because you
ahead.
gave it to us, and the people need to see that before you answer this. So y'all just check this out because the
I
Paris
get
that
so
gave
tired of seeing this.
he had gave it to us. So check this out.
Peace up. Get a room with bad bitches together. Who's the baddest bitch? Here we go. Have you ever heard of a bitch? I don't know. The daddy, okay? And do you outside? Growing up, I already knew like my mother wasn't accepting of my sexuality. When I did decide to finally come out to her, I was put out. Like I had to sleep at parks sometimes. But Ballroom really just gave me a family. Like it really did teach me to just be comfortable with being who I am. Everyone had their own perspective.
It was really powerful. So tell us more.
I was like 19. I just had got back from college, and obviously I had made a big dramatic change. My hair was different. I had like a lot of piercings, just a whole nine. I feel like I was grown. So my mom was kept asking. She was like, "Do you have something you want to tell me?" I'm like, "No. Like, what do you want? What do you want me to tell you?" And she just kept at it. So one day I never forget, we was on the way. She wanted to go take me to shopping or something like that, and we was in the car. And I just got tired of her asking, and so I was like, "Okay, well, you want to know so bad? I'm gay." Like this lady said nothing to me the rest of the way. Like we went to the mall. She didn't say nothing while I was in the mall. Nothing. Like from that moment forward, like I feel like my life had entered like what I felt like was a season that I was on. Like we were getting into it like really, really bad, to the point to where she kicked me out. Like I had to stay with I've stayed with so many people, like just to know, like, the fact of now, like the world being able to know like that side of my story, like people kind of look at me and they think like, oh, you got it all together, or like people just really misjudge me for what they see me as. Now they don't know like the struggle that I had to go through in order to get where I am. So like, like the only advice I would give to anybody out there that's going through anything is just don't give up. Like as long as you keep pressing forward, and as long as you have a goal, and you stay focused on that mission, then everything is gonna work out for you.
Yes. So Nick versus the Paris. Who is Nick and who is the Paris? And how do we know who we dealing with when we dealing with?
So Xa'Pariis is the entertainer. She is the sass, the attitude, like the confidence. Like Nick is more so like the laid back one, like really shy, conservative, very overprotective of like just my personal self and my personal space. Um, so it's like, two opposites, but we balance each other out.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So Callie, tell us, how did you get your start in ballroom?
I'm sorry.
How did you get your start in ballroom?
Okay, so like ever since I was in middle school, I would always like watch people like lay on me in ballroom throwbacks and like those old school clips. But since I was closeted, like I never acted upon like actually trying to find out what that is. I just always remember being intrigued by like the dips and basically the femininity of what like the people were embodying like these feminine movements. Like I was intrigued. So when I started to become more comfortable with who I was, I came out to my mom on Christmas Day, actually, like my senior year. What a gift. I came out to my mom, and after that, it was like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. So after coming out, I felt more free to explore things that I guess felt more like felt more home to me. So in Dallas, like I first started to go out. I believe Marty, no, not Marty's, the Brick. Back when the Brick was open, that was one of like the first gay clubs I went to. And when I went, I remember there was a night where I seen Chipmunk, Prodigy, Escada. I was seeing like basically some Voguers around that time voguing, and I immediately like had a flashback to when I used to watch these videos on like ballroom throwback. So now I was into it. Now I was intrigued. Now that I'm out of the closet and I'm basically living my life, I'm like, well, this is what I want to do, because the beat, like once I heard the beat and like once you feel it, like I just fell in love with it. So I joined the House of Mizrahi and I walked my first ball, I believe, in 2016, the summer of 2016, and that was J Rock's ball actually. So
Girls
J
just
Rock's
want to have
ball,
fun.
yeah, I loved it. Like I had the time of my life. J Rock's ball was the first ball I think I walked, and ever since getting my taste of that ball, and not only that ball, but other balls I traveled to, the rest was history. I live for the energy, I live for the beats, I live for the effects. I love dance. I feel like voguing was a way that I can express the femininity that I hid for so long. So like I loved it. Like it actually changed my life. So yeah.
I would like to also just mention that it was around that same time. That was June of like, no, May of like 2016. And
Uh-huh.
J Rock's ball was in June, but in May we had started the UB Vogue Academy, and you were like
Yeah.
one of the founding members that would come. J Rock, ran the academy, taught the people to vote, the elements and stuff. And now, I'm legendary, honey.
Okay.
One of y'all win at $100,000, so I could borrow $5 at least, honey.
Okay.
Or a tea or something. So speaking of tea, give us some real tea. What was happening behind the scenes? What's the drama? The Gaga? Who? Because at balls, there's always some drama. So what was going on? Give us some of the backseat, behind the scenes stuff we ain't seen on camera.
Yeah, there definitely was a lot of drama between the castmates, between the judges, between the producers. But other than that, like it basically was friendly competition. Well, friendly competition to some. Friendly competition to some. Others wanted to like legit rip your head off, and there was moments like it was. There was times where like we were put in stressful situations, and when people are put in stressful situations, like they get the best out of how they're feeling. So it'd be times like especially throughout our house, that we have problems within each other, because we're basically together every day for almost 2 months. So somebody's gonna clash. You know what I mean? But outside of the problems that we had amongst us in the house and then people on other houses as well, we all got through it. I mean, there wasn't really too much that was like, out like basically there wasn't too much that was like outrageous, other than like friendly competitions, the shade here and there, you know what I mean? And I guess the rivalries between each house. Like we were all friends at one point in time, but when it came to the competition and when it came to battling, it was very much see you later, homegirl. It's like at the end of the day, this is a competition, so we got to do what needs to be done.
And Xa'Pariis, honey, you was running that thing. Like there was a scene on there. You're like, they just falling into my trap. Like, girl, what y'all gonna do? Y'all just waste time. Let's get this together.
Oh no! When it comes like when it came down to our team dynamics, I feel like we just didn't have the correct formula. And like if you look at everybody else's team, they had somebody who everybody entrusted to be the leader, and then the leader basically conducted their team that worked the most efficient way for them. But in our case, the person that was in charge to be our leader really didn't have good taste when it came down to decision making, and because she was so caught up on herself, and I feel like it was more so ego, she she always like resisted. So that's what caused all the like. When y'all see, y'all are always gonna see me yelling on there. Like just that little piece, that just was in the first week of the first ball. So just imagine now as the weeks continue to go on, and like now I'm being around these people every day, and it's like it really plays a toll on you, and then it's like you're filming for TV, and you like, well, this is the perfect opportunity for me to just let this out, let me make a moment. And so, yeah, my character on Legendary is very like it's just very me. Like I'm very serious. Of course, it's a competition, and then above that, like I'm all about like helping people grow. Like when it comes down to any type of anything, like spiritually, emotionally, physically, whatever, like however you need to do it. If I'm able to help you, I want to assist you. So when that doesn't happen and that doesn't work, like that just triggers me to just go a whole nother direction. Like it sends me in. So that was my whole thing. Like I'm always angry on the show. You will always see me yelling.
Okay, so the Paris is bringing the drama. Okay. So let me see what some of the comments. Lakari says, "Baby Miss Law was fighting for people and chopping people who shouldn't have been chopped." Honey, she had rolled me out a little bit too, Miss Law. She was girl.
Law, everybody's not liking Law. Everybody's seeing Law as the Simon Cowell of the show. And outside of like what he's given the first 2 episodes, I can say that people are getting like, I guess, a correct view of what he's gonna give. So you know what I mean? There was a few episodes where Law couldn't take us, you know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what he's giving, like the Simon Cowell of the show. So that's what y'all should expect from him.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Middle part man.
Giving me the blue.
Right.
Okay, that was the key.
He say, why we call it Balmain. Why y'all say Balmain? Honey, because we are the main attraction. I was like, yes, girl, let her have it.
And you know what I didn't like? He corrected y'all's name, but when it came to the House of Long, he didn't correct them the way they were pronouncing their name.
Yeah.
When I was in undergrad, I was a fashion design major, and that was the label that I was assigned for a big project. So I was like, well, they ain't saying that right.
Right.
Does this knowledge extend so far?
Now there was a scene where I did like I was kind of like in his corner, and he's like, he was talking about, I don't see no mice up here. These ain't no mice. Bring such and such back. Bring such and such back.
And yes, and that's the thing, like with the show, where everybody has to realize, and even like we as cast had to get adjusted to, is that it wasn't what we perceived it to be. Like it's not. You can't watch the show thinking it's gonna be like a ball. Like you go to a ball and everything that you see is a ball. That's not. Is you need to think more forward, like America's Best Dance Crew,
Yeah.
just a ball style of it. You know what I mean? Like this was really like the handbook to basically introduce the world to ballroom. So they really dumbed down a lot of stuff so that everybody could, follow the story. Like, all the categories were very simple, and it was, simple enough to like, okay, a judge could judge that, because basically the criteria is quite simple. Like either you're gonna have it or you don't have it. They said, they explained it, they shine explain every category before we walk. Like, the way that they handled and the way that they are scripting this season is very like it's bad.
Well, it's entertaining to say the
Right.
least, and I love me some ball. Go ahead, Kelly.
Right. And then you got to think about, like, this is HBO behind, like, just think about Ballroom, but with a super huge budget. So, like, I guess we had the, not only the money, but like, they want everything big. That's what makes TV great. That's what intrigues people. So, not a lot of people in our culture like is gonna understand that, and they may have like something negative to say, but they got to understand that HBO picked this project up, so HBO is gonna do what HBO does. You know what I mean? But I feel like overall they're portraying not only our stories, but who we are authentically very well to the public, at least.
Yeah, I was a little like shocked, in the first episode, just the ballroom culture versus TV. But then after watching the second episode and reconciling just what you said, that this is for TV, it's like, okay, let me just watch it for what it is. Let me just be entertained and just gag and ooh and ah. and yell at the TV like I'm watching American Idol. So that's what I did, and it was great.
Yeah.
I have
Um,
a question.
go ahead, Lava.
So what was it like? So I know y'all know Xa'Pariis and Cali. Y'all know each other from like y'all have had history, especially like being involved with UBE and whatnot. What was it like seeing somebody you know in such a crazy fun setting? Did it add like a sense of security seeing a familiar face in the same competition as you, or y'all weren't worried about each other?
It was actually, for me, it was a full circle moment because Paris is my gay mom. So before Legendary, like, she knew about me moving to LA. She knew about the things that I was pursuing. And we would talk about like my career, but I never got into like what she wanted to do as an entertainer. So when I found out that we were both gonna be on the show, it was like a wait a minute, like what is about to transpire from this? And then when we actually like got to the show and like we linked, that was our first time seeing each other in a while because I moved to LA. So it was like we were catching up, but we were also filming the show. So it was like the relationship we have, like as like basically the relationship we have as her being my gay mother and son. I guess it was like strengthened, one because we're the only ones who know each other from our hometown, but not only that is like with what's going on, we can come back to each other and basically vent to each other how we feel about what's going on, what's like being interpreted, and like it was just like it was a full circle moment for me because one, that's my mother, and for us to be both working on this project together, knowing like our history was like wow, it's like it was mind blowing. But it was also dope to have her there as well.
That is so cool. I love one thing that really intrigues me is like interaction between people. And so like seeing y'all, I was like, oh, they're on the show together. I would have flipped my stuff if I knew somebody, I was familiar with. How did you feel the pair seeing Cali?
It was so funny because when I got casted, like he wasn't casted yet. So like, he was so excited. He was like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy for you." And then next thing like I want to say like a week or two later, he was like, "Guess what?" I was like, "What?" And he sent me the screenshot of his email. I was like, "Oh my God." Like, so like for me, I was more excited because it was like, this is my son and like we've never had time to like spend time together. So it was like a perfect opportunity because the first 2 weeks was that we really didn't do like anything. So there was our time to like be free, like, everybody was like hanging out and stuff like that. And even like once the show started, like, we kind of made it like a thing to like link up and like talk about what happened throughout the day. Like, like he was very much so he was my pair of listening ears. Like when I needed to vent, I would be like, "Son, can you come up here real quick?" And like, he'll pull up and like, we'll talk. It made the experience because like being away from home from that long, it did start to like take a toll on you because you surrounded by so many different new personalities. And it's like you forced to be in an environment with these people. And in regular life, you have the option to remove yourself from certain situations. But in this type of environment, it was just like, I was just happy to have to have my son there because I don't know, I probably would have got kicked off, no shade.
That's really beautiful. There was something else that I wanted to ask, and it was something. I only got to see like a sample of the show, and with only being the first 2 episodes that are announced and whatnot. As the show continues, and I know y'all were saying it really just focuses on kind of the TV aspect and the grandiose aspect of ball. Does the show explore family dynamic as it continues on, or not? Is that kind of
what do you mean by family dynamic?
So say for instance, like y'all were talking about how like Cali's your son and whatnot. Do they ever go into any like familial relationships or anything or any bonds?
We won't know how they edited it, but it was brought up. Like I talked about him being my son on camera, but we won't know if they edited it into the show.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. And between me and Xa'Pariis, I doubt it'd be likely, but between different houses, like they made sure they differentiated like the relationship between who was the house mother and father between the kids that were on the show. So it's like everybody had their own personal relationship with whoever the mother or the father was at their house.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Pierre Gotti says, Cali walking face made me scream. I gagged at the chop, honey. Me too. So Kelly,
Oh,
what's going through your head when this thing chopped you?
I legit I was gagging. One, like I've never walked face before in ballroom, so like my confidence for it at the beginning was like I may get chopped. Like I don't know how to do this. Like, I don't know how to like do what the girls do. But as I got into it, like as I was getting coached more, and as I basically was getting more into it, and once I was getting like my effect made and stuff like that, the persona, the confidence starting to come. So I grew. I did what I had to do. At least I thought. But when I got on stage, not Megan, Laomi chopped me, and I think she chopped me was because of I didn't shave like when the day of the ball. Like I shaved certain areas because I wasn't trying to take all this off. Like I didn't want to be on camera bare-faced. So I tried to do what I can to get by. But as I was like, gracing the stage with my face, I went over there to Laomi, and she the one who gave that come closer. You know what I mean? So once I got closer, she got into the skin, and she was like, "Hiya."
And right, and so mind you, we get back to the room at that night, and we talking about the ball. He like, I can't believe I got y'all. I can't believe I got y'all. I said, well, what? When she touched her face, that did you have a little something up in there? He was like, yeah. I was like, well, why would you let her touch your face? Like, come on now. You knew, like, I'm over here being a mama. Like,
right. But with the competition though, I thought I was gonna eat it. Like the only people I was really worried about was Christian, Saint Laurent, and Erica. But some other competitors. I was like, oh, especially Shy. He was chocolate too. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna have any makeup on. I'm gonna wipe him out the corner. But yeah, Laomi got her guys.
Oh, go ahead, Sam.
Real quick, an observation that I made that I wanted to share is that Naomi has been a much better judge to all of you guys than the America's Best Dance Crew judges were to her.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The way that experience aged is horrible. They were and I'm glad that with her being in a position of power, she's giving constructive criticism with a little bit of, well, I can actually see you doing better. I see it in you. Like she's so much kinder than the way people were to her when the roles were reversed.
Yeah.
And,
hey, son.
to like ask was that, in America, in the United States, what we are for is being able to live our lives however we want and carve or blaze a path where we get to truly be our authentic selves. And with you two being artists, that's something that's highlighted. But what's odd is that in the same way, even though the United States promotes doing your own thing and following your dream, on the flip side, there's a whole lot of, well, you need to do something that makes sense to everybody around you. You need to do what's reliable. You need to do the straight path instead of the curved path. And yet the two of you did what you loved and you're being rewarded for it. Was it scary or difficult at any point in time doing your own thing, their artistic thing, as opposed to what was expected of you?
Honestly, it was a scary thing. And for me, like at the beginning, I legit moved to LA with $300 to my name. Like all I had was what I wanted to do and the little amount of money I had, but I legit wanted to go to LA and make it happen. And I feel like if I would have did it like if I would have did it any other way or any way that anybody else expected me to do it, it wouldn't have got done. So it was difficult because I didn't know how things were gonna turn out. Like I didn't know where I was gonna work. I didn't know where I was gonna lay my head. But one thing I did know is that like I have like strong faith, especially within my art, within my career, my goals. It's like I have strong faith. So I legit just did it my way. It was either my way or the highway, literally. Like I legit packed my car, told my mom I was leaving, and I left. But I left knowing that whatever it was that I possessed, talent, persona, charisma, characters, like I knew it was gonna go far. So I would highly recommend to do what feels good to you. Like, and it has to feel good to you because if you continue to do something that somebody else expects of you, or if you continue to do things that won't make you happy, you won't go far. So I just say, like, it's very cliche to say follow your heart, but like it's true. Like do what makes you happy, no matter what it is, and eventually the universe, God is gonna bless you with everything that you think you're worthy of deserving.
Come on, pass the collection plate around. I feel like we need to get
Okay.
offering, okay? Yes. Come through with the word on tonight. Yes. That is really amazing, you know, for you to do that, just to follow your dream. And it seems like you've been pretty successful, you know, from all the
It has.
opportunities that you had.
It has, like, legendary has been the biggest thing, but like outside of me moving to LA, like I always wanted to be an actor. So when I moved out here, like me being on shows like Grownish and like legit working with people who I watched on TV, you know what I mean, growing up, it was just surreal. It was a surreal moment. And I was doing like background work in small roles here and there, but to actually be in LA on a studio lot, like just in the vicinity of everything I want to do, it felt good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Follow your passion and everything will fall in place. Yes, come on, Jamar.
For
So,
real.
Xa'Pariis, there's something I wanted to ask you because I live for your Rapunzel, honey. Rapunzel is I, she is I am Rapunzel, she is I. I was like, yes. And so I got your sentiment, you know, with the hair on your arms. And you're like, girl, hair, performance. So tell us how you were feeling, you know, during that performance and then getting chopped.
What was the? I couldn't hear the other part of what you said. What was the other part of the question? Hey, Christian.
How you feel about getting chopped because you had your hair, you
I
was
know I
working.
didn't get chopped.
Oh, you didn't get chopped.
Mm-mm.
She got her tens, and then she had a three-way battle.
Yeah, we had a
That's
three-way battle, and then
that's
Michaela stayed.
about with the battle when you got eliminated and you're like you went backstage and you were doing your confession, like you were showing your hair. I didn't realize until the confession part you had the hair on your little thing, and so I went back and watched. I was like, she was working the hair. They said hair performance, and that's what I saw.
Right, but see when you've been in ballroom long enough, you know what to expect when certain things happen, and when she flipped, I already knew what was gonna happen. And after that, I was like, okay, girl, that's clip.
Oh my gosh, I just gotta say, you know, Christian Banks just said he was just in this love, and let's just say I'm a really big fan of him. There was a situation that happened on social media a couple years ago that introduced me to him. I ain't gonna go into right now, but seeing him on the show is amazing. I love him. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, he's super handsome and talented.
Yes.
Okay.
my future husband in my mind.
Okay.
Devin, what you got?
Oh, well, Cali, not only did you get chopped, y'all almost went home.
Ooh.
So, how was you feeling? Like, you know, being up there. Like, was you glad he didn't call on you, or was you like?
Look, listen, like, okay, so that day, like, what happened was completely unexpected with what I thought was gonna happen. Like, I think we got chopped for all three categories. Like, we got chopped for all three categories. So immediately, I'm like, okay, we about to go home, y'all. So, the situation was kind of stressful for Jamari the day of. So I wasn't really knowing how he was feeling. But when he said he was gonna basically he volunteered himself as tribute, I was ready to go. Like it was me and it was Calypso on our team. We were the only two I feel like who was ready to at least do something, you know what I mean? Because with how he was feeling, we didn't want him to have to take on that stress. But for him, he didn't want us to take on the stress of going home or like going home. Like he didn't want that to fall back on us. So that's why he decided to go. But after the performance, it was like being in the bottom, it really does something to you because you don't want to go home, and like the anticipation was just so like up to here. So like in the moment, I felt anxious, I felt nervous, I was scared, but after seeing the battle in person, Jamari's vote was more cleaner than Wilma's. Wilma did like a superb job. I can't take it away from her. Like Wilma, like he did that. But with my father being the Balmain, like it's always Balmain for me. So it was like after he won, you know what I mean? After he got his vote, I legit, it was like a weight was lifted off our shoulders. But I was very, very anxious, and I was super scared too, because it's like being in the bottom, like I said, it makes you like, wow, y'all, we either finna make it here another week or we finna pack our bags.
We're finna pack our bags. So, since the show debuted, how has y'all's life changed, if at all?
Well, personally, it hasn't drastically changed. Yeah, I mean, like, I think the thing that stood out to me the most was like within the past 24 to 48 hours, like my followers on Instagram have like gone like I've legit been seeing followers like every minute now. So it's like it haven't really hit me how much it haven't really hit me like how big this is gonna get, or like I don't know if I'm ready to. I am ready because I was born for this. But other people's opinions, and like all of the 2 cents and the feedback that's coming from basically all of America is like it haven't really hit me that it's gonna like come soon. But lately, my Instagram, my social media following has been like dwindling up there. So I'm excited to see where it's gonna go.
On that demon time, might start an OnlyFans. No,
Okay.
What about you, Xa'Pariis?
Ain't nothing changed. Just more Xa'Pariis. That's it.
More Xa'Pariis, yes. So circling back, I think this is a good question. Pierre says, "How do y'all feel about the judges choosing your father, and then stating the reason was emotion?"
Well, okay, so what they portrayed on, like what you've seen on TV, there was a bit more like that. The way they edited, you couldn't really get into like why he was upset or the emotion he really had while on stage. But I can say, like he performed. Like I can't take that away from him, and I guess all those feelings that they were real, like on stage, is like it was real, but I guess the way it portrayed on camera was, I don't know. Some people like I've been reading how like what's her name, Jamila only chose Jamari because of the emotion he had, but outside of his performance, I mean, like I don't know what to say. I'm just glad we stayed. You know what I mean?
Is Jamila like a unofficial host or something? Because she seemed to like be running the judges panel at times.
Yeah, she was a coach. There was a lot of backlash on her actually like being the host, and that was just part of like her like basically leveling out her position on the show.
Okay, I like her accent though, but her votes chop her. So if y'all win the $100,000, what y'all gonna do with that?
If I was to win the 100K, I'm legit gonna finish working on my credit because I'm trying to like legit get like a 700, 800 credit score. I'm gonna start probably invest into like a business plan that I've been having. Yeah, she's the head. A business plan that I've been having like written down for a while. And other than that, I want to treat my family. I want to take my family on a nice vacation. So it'd be dope to be able to do that.
Well, remember me, I'm family. Hey, family, how you doing?
Okay.
Xa'Pariis, what about you?
I'm just paying off bills. That's it.
Yes, and getting you some new sickening outfits.
Okay, definitely gonna go shopping.
I'm a little sad we can't do the ball at the DMA this year because of Miss Corona Tina. I was looking forward to what you was gonna give on that stage, honey. You always give the people a world-class show.
No,
okay,
I was gonna be judging. I was gonna be judging this year. Yeah.
Oh well, I'm glad it was canceled then. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Devin, what we got? Oh, you okay? Your mic's muted. Hold on. Little testicle difficulties. A moment. Okay, well, let me ask this. I know y'all can't take too much. Y'all can't say too much. However, what can the people expect in upcoming episodes?
Guess I'll take it away. People can expect drama between the judges. Ooh. People can expect like over the top effects and makeup, like over the top productions. people can expect a lot of vulnerability. Like on this show was like it was a lot of times where I was more vulnerable than I thought I was for America. But they're like the people's stories, the castmate
Well, yeah.
stories. Like everybody has an amazing story. Everybody has like something to learn from. And I think one thing to anticipate from the show is basically the genuine, like the people's genuine, like people's story. Not only their stories, but their talent. You know what I mean? Like HBO did the thing when it came to this, and I just can't wait for people to actually see what we experience.
So the first 2 episodes are out on HBOMax now. Y'all go watch it, go stream it. And you know what? The first episode is actually on YouTube on HBO Max's channel for free. Free. So go watch it. It's actually posted somewhere on our page too. Yeah, Xa'Pariis, what can the people? I know you said you're gonna bring the drama, you're gonna bring the pressure, you're gonna keep
Definitely.
keeping the
Xa'Pariis
girl.
is gonna bring you the drama. She is somebody to actually look out for. Like I can't wait to see some of the episodes on the way up because I just know like she was a whole character. Like she was a whole character, and if you know Xa'Pariis, like I know Xa'Pariis, you know she brought that to TV, but then some. Like she knew exactly what she was doing. I can't wait.
Yeah. So I see a cameo on Pose in the future. Okay.
Who's speaking?
Okay.
It's gonna be bigger than a cameo. It's gonna.
No, I'm trying to get my own spinoff. That's the mission.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Xa'Pariis, why don't
that's
you
it.
talk a little bit about the project that you're working on with the virtual Vogue?
This management company, which is Omni Management, Luther, which is the CEO of the company, is doing basically came up with this idea to do like a virtual Vogue showcase, like how they doing the little drag virtual things. So it's basically like different Vogue artists. We submit videos, and then he posts it on the Twitch app. It's just like Bingo almost, or like Zoom. They all do the same thing, but he posts on there, and then people are allowed to basically leave tips and stuff like that.
Yes, come on, tips and tricks. So tell the people, how can they find y'all? And if they want to leave y'all a tip, how can they do that? You know, we got Cash App and PayPal and stuff these days. So how can the people find y'all?
You can find me everywhere as Xa'Pariis.
With 2 eyes.
With 2 eyes.
Yes.
Right. I'm on all social media platforms as Cali Dequan, and you don't have to send me any money, but donate it to somebody who really needs it. Or
you can donate it to Resource Center. We take donations here. Resource Center. We need money to help continue doing what we doing. Okay. So myresourcecenter.org. There's a donate button. Bring us some coins.
That's right.
Anything y'all would like to share, or audience? We're coming up on our hour mark. Y'all got any final questions? Any final thoughts y'all want to let the people know about?
Oh yeah. Okay, so guys.
Go ahead.
Yeah, guys. I have a song coming out with the legendary Precious Ebony. It's gonna be on all platforms for pre-order on June 1st, but the music video is gonna come out within 2 weeks. No, within I say a month. So be on the lookout for that as well. I can't wait for y'all to hear it. It's super amazing, super bad.
Super amazing, super fast. And you have music out already now, right?
I do. I'm on iTunes as Cali Dequan as well. I'm on everything social as Cali Dequan. Go check me out.
Can you play a little something for us? Can you give us like a 30-second preview or something?
Ooh, I sure can.
Yes, I love it. Let us hear it. I love supporting artists. Devin and the team was working on a artist showcase, but honey, Miss Corona Tina, she shut that down too. She just shady. Yes. So that's on iTunes?
It's not on iTunes yet. It will be available for pre-order on the 1st.
Oh, that's the new one that's coming out. Okay.
Yeah.
Cute.
That made
Okay.
me feel sick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sonia says, great job, Xa'Pariis. Ebony, born to be a dancing machine, honey. Yes.
That's my mama.
Hey, mama, girl. Yes.
Oh,
Mama,
Hey, Mama.
We are so grateful for you bringing Xa'Pariis into the world. She's always entertaining. I love going back to watch some of the old Vogue videos for over the years of Vogue practice. And honey, there's this one battle Xa'Pariis did with Nanny. She like did this high kick, then slammed her foot on the ground, like shoved it in the ground like she was thumping his head. I was like, okay, girl, how you do all that? It was like very acrobatic and just dope. So, you know what? Thank you for giving us life, honey. We live. We live until we over. Go ahead, Lava.
I have one last question. This is more of just kind of like a very loving and nurturing question. But as you guys' celebrity grows, 'cause it's gonna grow, especially after this show. As you guys continue along your journey to this, voguing stardom, what are some of your self-care practices?
Oh,
Wow.
let me go first.
Go.
Okay, so it's so crazy because we like literally talk about this. So it's funny that you asked this. Basically the thing that I've started to basically put my habit in put myself in a habit of doing is basically branding. Yeah, all things branding moving forward, like making sure that I'm always constantly active on social media. I'm making sure that I'm promoting the show, and not only the show but also myself, which is Xa'Pariis and the brand.
Mhm.
I also make sure that I set out a time in the day to have like my one-on-one time with God. I say a prayer, things like that, and then I also find myself throughout the day like looking and listening for songs to choreograph because I don't know if everybody knows, but I'm also a choreographer as well. So I'm just finding things to basically get myself busy because I know that that's what's about to come. Like I'm about to be busy. So
Right.
Yeah. Brooke and
And as
Big.
far
Okay.
Right, and as far as self-care for me, I'm really trying to make sure that I'm drinking my gallon of water a day, that I'm not eating like super horrible, and I'm also trying to take time out to I'm at least taking like at least an hour of my day to pray, to talk to God, because I know I can't do all this by myself, and I believe in like a higher power. I believe in like a higher entity like paving the way for me, so I make sure that I check in and to remain grateful for all things, and also to stay present as well. Like staying present is something that is really beneficial because a lot of the times we get projected into either past thinking or we're either trying to project something into the future that hasn't happened yet. But in the now, we have everything we need. So I've been learning how to stay present in the moment, grateful for what I have, and basically making sure that I'm on my water, my P's and Q's, when I choose what to put into my body, and like I let the rest take care of itself.
Yes, I love this moment. Lava, thank you so much for that question. I love those answers. Hearing both of y'all makes me think of a quote that's attributed to Buddha. But he says, do not dwell in the past nor dream of the future, but concentrate the mind on the present moment. Because that's really all we got is the right now. And so,
Right.
so one last question from the audience before we leave. Logan Clark says, I want to know who their favorite casting director. Who was their favorite casting director? Ha ha ha.
Logan was
Logan.
definitely my favorite casting director. When I tell you he jumped hurdles for the kid. Like Logan made sure that I was good. He made sure that I was okay, and he was the best, hands down. Like without him, I wouldn't be here. Yeah. So he
Well,
was
thank you, Logan. Well,
real quick,
go ahead.
real quick. Speaking of choreography and projects, Xa'Pariis, the video that you and the other local ballroom voguers did to the song, it was Sierra's song. Was it Overdose? That song is stuck in my head now because of that video and choreography you put together. Everybody look it up. Where can people find that at the easiest?
it's gonna be on YouTube under Virtual Vogue.
Virtual Vogue, yes. So y'all, thank y'all for joining us tonight. We're this was an experiment, but we're definitely looking at doing this again next week. We would love to have Christian on here next week so we can talk about his experience on the show. But we're gonna let y'all know who we got. So stay tuned to our social media. You can follow us on Instagram, UBE Elements, UB Elements. So just look at we're gonna post it in the comments. Look at the comments. We're gonna post the link to the Instagram. I mean, obviously, if you're seeing this on Facebook, hopefully you're liking us. If not, go ahead and get that like button. We do a lot of work, again, as I mentioned in the beginning, around HIV awareness and connecting our community to resources and things that we need. And so we can't do this alone. It really takes a village to save ourselves, and we can't wait on somebody to save us. We got to save ourselves. Well, let's do that. So get involved, share this video, support Legendary. They got a free trial right now, so go get it. Go get the free trial. Episodes come out when?
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. So every Wednesday they premiere the episodes on the HBOMax app. HBO, if you want to send us a coin, we'll take that too. But yeah, thank y'all for joining us. And Xa'Pariis and Cali, thank y'all for spending time with us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you guys so much. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Yes. Hold, please.